Good morning, President Darling Hammond, Vice President Glover Woods, and esteemed members of the board. My name is Keegan Beecher. I'm from Walnut High School in the Walnut Unified Valley School District. Samreen Sandhu, a fellow delegate of mine in my small group, was sorted into classes with native English speakers when she first entered the California school system. Only she could not speak English. Her mother, not understanding the gravity of a simple form sent home in the Home's language survey, checked a box saying that Samreen spoke English. A checked box turned into 3 years of misplacement in public school systems. English learners make up 1/5 of our public school population. The achievement gap between English learners and native speakers is an issue that the state has invested significant resources in addressing. In fact, the LPAC is a standardized screening that assesses student progress in English language development, with the end goal of moving students into regular classes. Ultimately, however, the classification of English learners is first decided by the Home Language Survey. The root of the disparity lies in our misclassification of English learners through said survey. My SAVE group focused on making a targeted change to the way English learners enter our schools. For more than 60 years, Title VI of the 1964 Civil Rights Act has dictated the way that children are sorted into ELD programs. The Home Language Survey has parents self-report their child's proficiency in English. A single checked box is a difference maker in a child's academic future. A single checked box cannot measure fluency. It cannot measure understanding. A single checked box is what sorted Samreen into the wrong class, leading to years of inefficient learning. It is easy to imagine a newly immigrated parent from abroad misreporting their child's English proficiency on the Home Language Survey. A study conducted on all 50 states by the University of Virginia on the validity of the Home Language Survey determined that the survey consistently misreports the accuracy of children's learning ability. The inclusion of an objective screening would reduce the margin of error present in an ultimately subjective survey. SABE proposes a fair way, a comprehensive, developmentally appropriate proficiency assessment diagnostic taken in kindergarten so that placement reflects ability. We believe in a diagnostic assessment designed to identify children who require participation in ELD programs, in conjunction, of course, with the Home Language Survey. Every child deserves placement into programs that determine their education based on a clearly defined set of rules, including an unbiased diagnostic and parent-led conversations through the Home Language Survey provides a factual basis of the sorting of young learners. It is imperative for the SBE to ensure the proper placement of children in classes to close the gap for young Americans who need ELD help. If 1/5 of our students are English learners, 1/5 of our students depend on getting this issue right. Making sure that ELD programs are sorted correctly at the onset of students' education allows for students to find themselves in classrooms that genuinely cater to the needs of the student. We want to build off of the existing tools through the present in the screening for risk of reading to provide screening assessments as an additional safety net for English learners. We seek to support the platform provided in the 2017 English Learner Roadmap to more accurately utilize the resources rolled out by the program for the children it's designed to serve. Further, our proposal differentiates itself from the LPAC by creating assessment which, regardless of the Home Language Survey, commits to an earnest reporting on English language capabilities. I can no more call myself an American or a Californian for the fact that I speak English and that young Chinese boy in my 3rd grade class did not. The same is true for that young Mexican girl in my kindergarten class on the brink of finding her words. The group that encapsulates any society, the spirit of any society, is its children. And the child that encapsulates the spirit of our society is that young girl learning what it means to be a human while learning the language written on the document which guarantees her freedom. Thank you.
Thank you. Board members. Yes, Member Escobedo.
Thank you for the presentation and really appreciate the amount of research you've conducted and the validity of home language survey. So I'm curious to understand further. So articulating that we should combine an assessment similar to the LPAC or revising the LPAC along with the home language survey?
Correct. Yeah, thank you for your question. Currently, the LPAC serves students who are already identified as English learners. So we want to work in conjunction with the home language survey to include parents in those conversations, of course, when we have them fill out that survey, but also give them a fair and a facts-based assessment diagnostic taken when they enter a school system. So the LPAC currently has an initial English proficiency test, which is only administered to kids who have been already identified as English learners. So if we could use that platform already rolled out by that program and kind of expand it to all students, I think that is what we're looking for.
I see. So you're looking at combining these two instruments to really have a clearer picture of the ability and the assets that the student already has.
Yeah, because of course we don't want to take the parents out of the conversation when it comes to, you know, how they feel about their child's proficiency.
Thank you. Thank you.
Others? Member Yoshimoto Tari?
Thank you very much for your presentation. You mentioned the home language survey and the LPAC results. In my experience, the family and the parent voice is very important in that. And so I wondered if you could elaborate a little bit more on how you or school site leaders should support parents and families of being informed of the process and also the results.
Yeah, so thank you for your question. Really the end goal is to kind of alleviate maybe the pressure that's put on parents to, and provide a safety net, right, for kids that, you know, might be misidentified as English learners or might fall through the cracks of the system, right, and spend years in the system without being in the classes they need to be. And we, of course, we don't want to remove the parent's voice from that conversation, but we want to include a more objective, facts-based approach to how we identify English learners in the first place. So, like, to work in conjunction with the systems already in place.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next up, we have mental health awareness presented by Addison Luong.
Good morning,